He said in front of everyone, "This is how you shave correctly." Hello, beautiful people. Today's episode, I am going to be doing something super different. I am actually going to be talking about what I did today. That was laser hair removal. I was in a beauty room the other day, and what I mean by being in a beauty room, I am on Clubhouse. If you haven't heard, yes, I've been on Clubhouse. So I was in a beauty room, and we were talking about like stories. And they're like, share a funny story. And I thought it was a funny story to share, but apparently it's a really sad story. So, and why I'm sharing this is because it's laser hair removal. When I was about 14, I went to a military boarding school. There were like 200 and something boys and about like 25 girls, something like that. I can't remember. So think about like teenagers in uniforms in a structured way, like to just paint the picture. So I went to the mess hall. And for those of you who don't know what a mess hall is, it is a cafeteria. That is where we had our meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where we got together for some events. This is my first year, by the way. I went to the cafeteria for lunch, and there was a boy, and the boy came up, like he called the mess to attention. So what that means, the mess is like the whole cafeteria. He called everyone to attention. He had an announcement to make. And when you call a big group of people to attention, everyone stops and they pay attention, right? So it's pretty self-explanatory. So he called everyone to attention and he had an announcement to make. He called me up. He said, "Cadet Molina, come up here." And I'm like, oh my God, I'm new. Like, what's happening? I don't understand. He called me to attention and he said in front of everyone, "This is how you shave correctly." And he said that because the boys had to shave, at military, right? You need to be clean shaven and all that kind of stuff, that I had a little mustache. And he said that I also needed to do that. So I had to stand there while he put shaving cream on his face and started shaving himself and telling me this is what I needed to do in front of all the students. And there were some teachers there, and I can't remember for the sake of me why no one said anything, but I remember just holding in my tears and thinking, like, what the hell just happened to me? I was very sad. Some kids later came like to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you," but like no one said anything, no one stood up, no one cared. This leads me to my conversation today about laser hair removal. So ever since that day, I made it my mission, one, to never get made fun of again, two, to figure out like how to remove this hair. And I knew that, like if you did waxing, you had to do a lot of maintenance, and I was in a military school, so like that was not like an option for me. Also, I was 14. I looked into bleaching and I was like, oh, I have tan skin, I'm not into bleaching either. And what I mean by bleaching is like, women do bleach their peach fuzz or their vellus hair, what we call today. I was contemplating, and obviously plucking was not an option. Like, that is painful. So I started like doing research, and there wasn't a lot on the internet, not really at the time. So like newspapers, and it's not uncommon that Mediterranean women of color have, well, first of all women, everyone has this, but obviously, if you are of color, your hair is not blonde and it doesn't mesh well with your skin, so it'll show. Here I am debating at 14, like, what do I do? What do I do? So I found that there was something called laser hair removal. It was that or electrolysis, and obviously electrolysis I couldn't do because, first of all, it was very expensive, as laser was too, but the commitment to electrolysis is like real. Like you have to go, like your electrolysis will be your best friend for like a year. You have to go there every time the hair grows. They have to pluck it, like they electrocute it. Like, I'm not going to get into the details of that. They don't electrocute it, but there's a process. So I found laser hair removal. I'm like, okay, this seems about right. Like, it's worth it. Again, I'm 14. It's worth it. Like, it says permanent hair removal. It's you get like 8 to 10 treatments, they say, and then you don't have this anymore. So I was like, yes, this is what I need. I told my mom. I cut out the clipping from the newspaper, and I was like, okay, perfect. We're going to go on a weekend. Like I had a weekend in military school, we have like open weekends. So certain amount of weekends in the year, you get to go home besides holidays and spend time with your family and stuff. So on an open weekend, I told, my mom, I spoke to her. We spoke about it. We spoke about like payments. They had like, they had like a sale or something. I don't remember. I know that I went with my little clipping, like free consultation and I don't know, like 50% off the first 2 sessions or something like that. And I'm like, this is where I'm going to go. And it was like somewhere in Midtown, I remember. So my mom took me because I said I needed it or I was basically going to die. And I was very convincing. So I went there, I got my consultation. They did a free first session. And then if you like it, you come back. So let me tell you guys, at 14 years old, back then, the lasers were extremely painful. First of all, they had to apply gel on your face because it was just so strong. The contact of the laser on your face, you could even get burned. I mean, you still can get burned today. So here I am, many years later, I'm still getting laser. It is not permanent laser hair removal, how they call it. I think now they've changed it. They call it hair reduction, blah, 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 blah. But here I am, decades later, still getting laser hair removal. Obviously, the lasers have changed. So I started off with the lasers that would use gel, and then they put it on your skin. Oh my God, like it was so painful. I could feel it on my teeth. Like when I mean on my teeth, like it would feel like someone took a little drill inside my tooth and like electrocuted that tooth when they were like lasering my face. And so the technician, this was in a dermatologist's office, said that she recommended for me to do my whole face, because if she just did the upper lip, then it would not be even, because then my face became very light. It became lighter because I didn't have the vellus hair on my face. So she said they would like give me a special, because I was like so young and I wasn't so enthusiastic about it, that they would do my whole face for the price of the lip. Again, here I am decades later, still getting the same whole face laser. So if you're looking at the video, you'll see that like there are some little red dots. It looks like acne marks, but it is not. It is the laser. I did a second pass. So moving forward, I've done all the kinds of lasers that you can think of, the YAGs, the Genesis, like all the lasers I've tried. And then recently I'm doing one, and I forget the name of it. I think it's an Israeli laser, and it has a cold tip. And don't misquote me, like if this is wrong. I really believe it's like a laser like from Israel. This is like made for people who have melanin in their skin, because obviously like you can get burned, and healing from that is like, you don't want to walk around with a burn on your face. So today I went to go get my laser on my whole face, and I can tell you that I thought about the first experience where I was like literally crying because it was like so painful. And then today where it was like not as painful, it was in the beginning, like years ago, and this cold tip. But the beauty of it, because the way that the lasers work, they attract to light. So like a candidate for a laser would be somebody who has like, first of all, dark hair, because if you have like blonde or reddish hair, like the laser cannot pick up on the pigment of your hair. So like do not waste your money. So I would be like a great candidate, but maybe not, because like I have more melanin in my skin. So they can't like use such a high frequency, because that can actually burn my skin and cause pigmentation, can cause burns, can cause like so many other different, like just redness and soreness. I've had one time I got burned so bad that I had like a blister on my face, and that was pretty painful. Today I was thinking about like, oh, I should share about the story of what got me into laser hair removal, how I'm still doing it, and how laser hair removal is not permanent. The only thing that I've found to be permanent would be, and I don't even know if it's really permanent actually, because it all depends on your hormones. It depends, like I know women who, it's like all individual, who like after like they had laser or they had like electrolysis and they had like, let's say a baby, and then all the hormones changing in the body, like they said, it like did nothing. Like all the years of laser or electrolysis that they went through did nothing, because all the hair came back. So I'm not sure if there's like an actual thing for permanent hair removal, because our bodies are ever changing. Our hormones are always changing. We're always not in the same state. So the body, the chemistry is always like just fluctuating. So I'm not sure if that's a thing, but I will say that part of the glowing skin, I want to say, and like Also, another thing that I do, I know when I need to get laser hair removal, not because I have like the little peach fuzz, but because I do get like little breakouts, and I normally don't get breakouts. And the reason for that is because there's hair on the face, and I wanted to mention that as well, because especially like Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, Spanish, Hispanic, however you want to call it, you have like these little peach fuzz, and a lot of times we have like acne, and we're like, oh, I don't understand, I'm cleaning my face, like I am the beauty person, right? Like I shouldn't be experiencing this. But when I have the hair, the little hairs that are growing back in my face, this causes more oil to stay on the face and attracts more dirt. And then, like, I'm super sensitive. It shows up right away. So that's how I know, because right away I start breaking out. So I wanted to share that because I know a lot of women who feel the same way, who are like, I'm doing everything, I'm cleansing, I'm double cleansing, I have my AM routine, I have my PM routine, everything is like spot on, like there's nothing that I'm doing wrong, I'm drinking water, I have a healthy diet. Yes, there are other things to talk about, but we don't normally mention the vellus hair on the face, which I think is very important to know, that if you do have the hair on the face, that could be another thing that could be triggering acne, could be harboring bacteria. So I wanted to share that, and I wanted to share my experience of laser hair removal. I go to a place, I live in New York, but I go to a place in Long Island, first of all, because I hate looking for parking. Two, the same time that I look for parking, it's like my drive, so it's just nice. The place is beautiful, it's clean. They have the latest like machines. Like I said, like they work with darker skin tones, so different lasers have different intensities. Those lasers, like I'm not using the YAG, but I have used the YAG, which is one that's used on darker skin, or the ND YAG. Those are great because they like penetrate on a different level, like bypassing the skin color, like the melanin in the skin, but like targeting the hair. The laser machine that I use, but what I love about it is that it can go in like deeper, and what I mean by deeper is like the frequency of light that is needed to target the hair can go in more intensely with the melanin in the skin, with the different kinds of lasers that are targeted for people with melanated skin. So I just wanted to share that and tell you guys that's what I did today. It's been several months since I've done it. Yeah, so I just wanted to say, guys, there is no such thing as permanent hair removal. There is temporary hair removal. You may have less hair growth. It may be thinner. And also with the thinning of the hair, I want to mention, and not just for the face, like for the arms, for the legs, for the bikini area, with that comes, you can have ingrown hairs because the hair may be so thin that it can be, when it grows back, it has, like it struggles to grow, that it might stay in the skin and not be able to come out of the skin barrier. So you might start getting a lot of ingrowns because of these kinds of treatments. That is my insights on that. I think I do have like an at-home device I use in between, and it works pretty well, but it's not like a laser hair removal machine, like a laser that you would find at a dermatologist's office. This is more like a portable one, which I thought was really handy for the pandemic. It is an IPL machine, which is a completely different wavelength, a different frequency. It does completely different things. You have to use that more often. You also have to caution like your skin tone, like the melanin in your skin. Like it is not for everyone, even though it says that on there. You have to be really mindful of that. But if you guys are interested in that, I can share that in the show notes, and I probably should make a review about it. I've had it for 2 years, maybe. Yeah, 2 years. And I've been using it here and there, like in between touch-ups, but I probably should use it more and see, what the difference would be. But I just wanted to share that, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I think it's just in time for summer season, or maybe not, because you don't want to get laser hair removal or any kind of lasers in the summer, because that's just not going to work out. You're going to burn your skin. There's going to be hyperpigmentation. You're not going to have the best results. Definitely, it's going to burn your skin. Let's just be honest. It's going to burn your skin if you get darker, if you tan, and you try to get a laser. It's just a no-no. Lasers work on the different types of melanin in your skin, and they look for certain things. So if your skin is tan, that will affect the outcome of the laser that you're trying to do. So Anyways, guys, that is my talk today about laser hair removal. Now you know how I was made fun of. And by the way, when that person graduated, they apologized to me and they said that they had a crush on me, and that was their way of showing me that they liked me, which I don't know if that's how you show a girl that you like her, by embarrassing her as a teenager in front of the whole school and everyone laughing. I just wanted to share that, guys. Have a great day. Talk to you guys later. See you next week. I will have like little shows like this, little clips where you can like just come hear me like ramble, talk about my week, my day, what's going on, what beauty thing that I do this week or today, because I literally do like different beauty things like every single day at different times of day. So if you know me, you're FaceTiming me during some parts of the day. I'm like, hey, I'm trying this new Polish thing. Hey, I'm trying this new Hungarian thing. Oh my God, did you hear this new African trend for this mask? Oh my God, I heard about this serum from India. So that is me. Come back next week and let's see what we have for you. Bye now.